All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the top of the $1 million spot, y'all. Today I got a guest, Mr. Tabrisha Davis. Say hi. Say hi to everybody, Miss Davis.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, we're gonna today we're gonna talk about relationships because that's basically what my podcast is about: relationships, how to get a healthy relationship, and how to keep it going. Because everybody know how to start a relationship. The thing is keeping a relationship. That's what we're gonna talk about today. And I just want to see what Mr. Tabrisha got to say about that. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yes, like what do you look for in a guy? I mean, if you want a husband right now, and you ready for a husband or boyfriend or whatever you want to start it off. What's the first thing you look for?
Well, I guess the first thing that you guys need to know about me is
Mhm.
that I'm actually a godly woman. So
And
what's
she really
what
is.
what matters to me is whether or not the guy is if he's a godly man or if he's willing to get to know who God is.
That's
So
what's
I need
important.
somebody that's open minded if they have not yet,
Yeah,
experienced, like if they're willing to like ask me why are you so into God, like what is the reason for your Christianity? But the reason, a lot of my value or
mm,
the relationship values are in my Christianity.
and that's good. Yeah,
So
in a relationship, you gotta put God first. You gotta put God first.
yeah,
You can't. You know, there's no other way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
There's really no other way because it's guidelines to it, and
Hmm.
that's why a lot of relationships fail right now because they don't put God first and they don't follow the book. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
But with our generation right now,
Mhm.
not a lot of us know who God is, and we don't value God the way that I believe that He should be valued, or we just don't know Him. If you don't know Him, you don't know that He should be the one that creates the foundation of a
Exactly.
relationship, and that's what a lot of people are missing. They're missing that foundation. They're building a house without having something solid to back
Hmm.
you up.
Kind of like the house of sticks and the house of straws.
Yes.
They don't have anything
Yeah. There's
to
nothing
hold it down.
holding it together,
Exactly.
and that's why a lot of relationships fail.
And the wind will come blow right through. You get
Mhm.
all this distraction. You get
Mhm.
outside interference, and the next thing you
Yeah.
know, it's falling apart. So
Mhm.
exactly, you need that foundation. And also, I mean, the Bible tell you everything about the Bible.
It
I mean,
does.
it's everything. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I have a friend at home. He got a scripture for every single thing you say, and I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was that deep. I didn't realize the Bible had a
Yes.
scripture for everything. So
Mhm.
relationships, it has a scripture for that. Also, it has scriptures for that
There's
too. He could,
there are
it's
many
everything.
scriptures
Hmm.
solely based on relationships and how you should handle a relationship, how a woman should treat a man, and how a man should treat a woman.
Exactly.
Um, and I feel like there's no value in our relationships nowadays.
At
There's no
all.
value,
At
you
all.
know.
At
No
all.
one actually values the other person the way that they should, and I feel like that's why a lot of marriages are failing. That's why there's so many divorces
Oh man, divorces are
and
high. Don't talk about the second time. Oh,
hmm
that's even worse.
yeah, and it's just because they don't value that person.
At all.
And to me, a person is a gift. You know, they're a gift. They're a creation,
I never looked at it like that.
literally made by God. Yeah.
For you,
Yes.
yes, for the other person,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
And
So when you unwrap the gift, right, you do everything it takes to unwrap this gift. But then once you unwrap the gift and they're vulnerable to you,
Mhm.
you sit there and you treat it like it's nothing, or you stomp on it, or you throw shame on it, and then you
Wow,
know,
that's deep. Never look at
I'll,
it like that.
yeah, that person's a gift, and that's why it should be treated with care. Like, you might have something that you treasure. You have a gift that you
Yes.
treasure, and you're gonna treat it with all kinds of
What
care. You're gonna put it
man?
on
You
like
gonna
a
be like,
pedestal. Literally, you're
exactly,
gonna protect that gift, and somebody touches that gift, you're upset, and that's should be the way that you treat the person that you decide to unwrap.
exactly.
And when people don't see it that way, then it's like, oh, this is just another something.
Like for instance, when a child get a toy
Yeah,
and they play with that toy and that toy get old, next thing you know, you just don't care about it anymore. You just kind of like,
literally,
and
literally.
you can't. I
Mhm.
just don't believe you treat people like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I never. I I ain't gonna lie. I'm not perfect. In the beginning, when I was younger, yeah, I really wasn't looking for a relationship. My kid's mother and I had a little something going. We was in college. I was young. I didn't know what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I wanted. We had two kids, and I love my kids to death. And but we just didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? But now I had a relationship that I thought was, we was gonna build something. The next thing you know, that went left. But through that, I learned a lot about me. I learned a lot about
Yeah.
relationships, and now I don't mind. I love to see people happy together in a relationship. You see what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
really do. I mean, I like to see somebody with somebody. I didn't think of it like you, like a
Mhm.
gift.
Yeah.
That was deep. I like that.
Yeah, because when you look at it that way, I mean, you're bound to treasure that person. Yeah, the same way. Like, if let's even there's so many references that
Mhm.
could be used in this scenario. Like a I'm not calling anybody a dog, but like a dog. Like when they
Yeah.
get their
So,
favorite chewing toy and
but
you
they
take that away from them,
people treat dogs like people. So it's not a bad thing to be compared to a
they
dog.
really
Yeah,
do.
because a
They
dog is
really do.
loyal. Call me a dog. I'm loyal. You know what I'm saying?
But I
Mhm.
mean, that dog, like, if you take that chewing toy away from them, they're gonna be upset or they're gonna start crying. Dogs show emotion too,
Yes, they do.
and it's just like, it's just something that you just cherish. Whoever decides to unveil themselves to you.
Exactly. Now, now that we know, we haven't talked about what relationships are about. Now, let's start at the beginning when we meet somebody. Now, if I was to meet, I'm just speaking for me, but I can speak for everybody too. I think, like I was saying earlier, I think communication is the key. I think everybody needs to
Yes.
say upfront what they want. Because you say upfront what you want,
Mhm.
now let that person decide on if they want to do that. If they
Yeah.
agree to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So because a lot of guys, I mean, I'm hard on. I mean, I'm an equal opportunity butt kicker.
Hmm.
They got guys who out here just want to have sex. Say that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women who want to have sex too. Say that. Don't lie and say, "Well, I want a relationship." You really don't want a relationship with her. All of a sudden, you're stuck in this relationship that you don't want to be in.
Right, in the
Now you
first
stuck.
place. Yeah.
Now you treating her bad.
Yeah.
That's not right. You know what I'm saying? Just say what you want. If she said no, she don't agree to that, then find somebody who
Yeah, that
does.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who does agree to that.
I mean, I agree with that 100% because I was. It's so funny because I was having a conversation with someone that I was. We were obviously there's attraction,
Mhm.
but physical attraction is not the only thing that there needs to be for me, for myself. Like I need to know ABCD because I'm not willing to put myself down or devalue myself
Mhm.
to
Yeah, just for one
someone
aspect.
else.
Hmm.
I can't do that anymore. I used to not really value my opinions
Hmm.
or take myself very lightly, and now I've come to the point where I'm like, you know what, I have standards, and this is the criteria. Like
Yes,
there's and and if that's too much for you, that's fine. There's gonna be someone
somebody else.
else that's willing to take the time to get to know me on this level rather than getting to know my body on a physical level. Like
Mhm.
I'm more than just my face and my body. And I have this problem a lot with guys. Like they see me and they think, oh, like that's a piece of cake right there. And I'm like, I'm far beyond that.
Yeah, you put
I'm
that
not.
shield up on it and block all,
Yeah.
reflect all that stuff. Yeah.
Like and then when I go into defense, it's I'm not doing it, to be
Rude.
rude. Yeah.
But you're
Uh,
just doing it because you feel disrespected, or you
yeah.
didn't come at me the right way. You
Yeah.
come at me better than
Yeah,
than that.
and I can understand. I'm an attractive
Yeah,
female.
you know.
Guys are going to approach me, and that's fine.
Mhm.
That's I have no problem. But it's the way that you approach me, how you approach me. That's what's going to determine whether or not there's going to be another conversation between you and I.
It's all in the presentation.
Right? It is definitely in the presentation, and I now the Tabrisha that I used to be like. I knew who God was, but I didn't know him the way that I know him now.
Mhm.
But now, like I dress differently from the way that I dressed before. Like I'm not showing this, that, and the third to get attention. And if I do decide to show something, it's because
It's
I'm just doing it for
for
myself.
you,
I'm not doing it
for
for you or
attention.
to gain attention. Yeah. Um, but I feel
I'm
like
glad you said that too. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
I just feel like before, it's okay to acknowledge a woman's beauty, but what you don't want to do is head straight for her body, even if she is showing whatever. That's her. She
And
wanted to.
and that's I agree with that, but I agree on the other part too. Just like you see, you don't dress like that like you used to. You when you feel like dressing like that, you will. But now on the other hand, when you have some ladies or females, whatever, who dress like that every day,
Mm-hmm.
expect to get that kind of attention if you dress like that every day, especially if people see you like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's right for them to just um just just look at her like a piece of meat.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right at all,
Uh-huh.
but at the same time, you got to think every time you dress like that, you'll get attention like that. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And people judge you off the way you dress, off the way you act, off the
Yeah.
way people just judge you by the way you present yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't present yourself in a demeaning way or either a 3 or 4 way, in a nice
Mm-hmm.
way to put it, and don't expect people to
Yeah.
come at you like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and if a person, anybody, man or woman, if you expect a certain type of person to approach you, you present yourself like
Right.
that,
You
right?
will present yourself in a different way.
Mhm.
However, I still get, I don't know, because I
You
was,
still gonna get the same,
yeah, because
yeah, but
sometimes you
not
do,
as
and you
much
it
though,
can't,
right?
yeah, you won't, yeah, you may not get it as much, but I feel like there's, I think honestly, it might just depend on the woman too, because you can
That too.
dress, I could be in a hoochie mama dress and still carry myself this way, just I felt like putting it on today.
Yeah,
And I
and
feel like
and
there's
sometimes I
women
feel
out
like
here that will wear a bikini and some shorts and just
mm,
walk around,
yeah,
public. Yeah, I'm gonna expect attention. Maybe
mm,
I wanted it that day or something.
yeah,
Um,
and it depends on, like I said, a presentation. I mean, if you pass by and in your and you're revealing stuff, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You're revealing clothes, and somebody say, "Oh, man, you look real nice today." You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's more
yeah. Be
accepting.
respectful
Yes.
the
Don't be
way
like,
that you
ooh,
approach me.
ooh,
Yeah,
ooh, all
yeah.
that wolf
I
calling and
think
stuff.
it's the way
That's
that you approach somebody,
mm,
because I'm not gonna respond to like you cat calling me. Like
exactly,
I'm not gonna do that.
exactly.
No, I'm not. And I feel like there's just moments like that, they kind of make me laugh. And that was
Yeah,
just funny to
it's
me.
fun.
It is
Exactly.
funny now. However, you know, I don't know. I guess yeah, you would expect a certain kind of attention, and I do get a different kind of attention. And I feel like there's a couple guys who have called. They're just like, "Tabrisha, you my wife," and I've just been like, "Excuse me, like, no, I'm
No,
not your wife." Like literal,
that's
like people just proposing to me, talking about they had dreams. I'm like,
nah,
first of all, I don't even know you.
and I can't say you're lying about that because I done been around guys who just like. I'm looking at them like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Why are you acting like you
Yeah,
act like you never seen a woman before? Like I
yeah,
said, I look at both sides. I
yeah.
can tell you what men doing wrong, men need to stop. And I can tell you what women need to stop. I'm not going to jump on one side or
Yeah.
another because I see it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When this is my biggest problem, all right? I'm going to get to the nitty gritty. When I asked this one lady, she used to work with me out there. She retired also.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted her to be my guest. And she asked what it was going to be about. I said relationships. And man, she turned to the exorcist like no, I don't I don't want to talk about that because these men don't act right. Well, wait, oh, you don't even know what it's gonna be about. And see stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think women get a lot too much into it when they
Mm-hmm.
got messed over by one guy or two guys,
Yeah.
three guys, or so many guys. You can't take it out on every guy. That means you've been making the wrong choices, or either you
Mm-hmm.
made the right choice with the right man and you ran him off. So it's
Mm-hmm.
either or. It's no in between. And don't take it out on me because I didn't do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I didn't do it. I'm not trying to mess up with nobody. I just asked her for an interview just like us, and she just went left. And then
Yeah.
she started bringing me out, showing me all these articles about how to man kill a woman. I can't say that. How the man deleted the woman, and
Mm-hmm.
because it's only black men delete black women. I'm like, baby, And everybody in every race,
Mhm.
you get deleted by the same race. You see what I'm saying? You don't get no interracial deleting for the most part. Whoever got deleted, they got deleted mostly by that same race. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So don't just bring it like all black men are just bad like that. You're picking the wrong ones. You're looking at the ones who do that because we had serial deleters. They weren't black.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had school capping deleters. They weren't black. Move it deleting. They weren't black. You see what I'm saying? So stop trying to put everything on the black man. You see what I'm saying? Just
Mhm.
because you chose wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I mean, that's what I have a problem with. Then they would come back with you just hate black women. Your mama black. You must be gay and all the shaming language. But I'm trying to have a decent conversation like we having right now. Something will trigger them, and all of a sudden it goes left,
Yeah.
and the shaming language starts.
Yeah.
And I got a problem with that.
Well, I feel like this is a totally different. This is different from
Yeah,
what we were just speaking about.
yeah, it's different. Yeah, we kind of got
But
off track. Yeah, but
however, when I can't speak for every woman,
exactly.
but
And it's not all. It's no way
um,
it's not all because it's some good solid women out there who want good
yeah,
men.
I
Yes.
think this I will say from a black woman's perspective.
Black woman
I
perspective. I
Yeah,
like that. Black
yeah.
woman.
I feel like we have had to deal with a lot of things that a lot of other races or ethnicities have not had to deal
I
with
agree.
as a woman, and we deal with the stereotype just the same way a black man deals with the stereotype. We deal with the
Yes.
stereotype as well, and I feel like when you see we as a generation we look at social media a lot,
Mhm.
and a lot of the influence that we see is that there's a lot of black men that prefer not to be with a black woman, and a lot of them are lined up with international wives, or and I'm not gonna name any one specific race. However, that is an influence that's been placed out there.
It's multi-races too because
Yeah,
you're not gonna see
yeah,
a black if he is he don't go just for a white woman or
right.
Hispanic woman.
Yeah,
Whoever
there's
he's in
multiple,
line with. Yeah.
but through social media, we clearly see the track record of black women not being as appreciated. Um, when it comes to our famous black men celebrities, there's a track record of it. So aside from them, we then have that stereotype of this woman is too assertive, this woman speaks her mind too much, she has a bad attitude, and I feel as though a lot of these women act like that now or lash out even when they may not even intend to lash out, but it's like it's an automatic defense
Response.
mechanism. Yeah, it's a defense mechanism because of the way that we have been treated, because of the way that people target us immediately, and even in a work environment. Some this one female, I'm not gonna name, just a different race,
Hmm.
would say something. We could literally say the same sentence, and when we say the sentence, it's, oh, she has an attitude because she said it with authority. And this girl might have been, she probably said the same thing and maybe wasn't as assertive, but if I say it, it's too much. So when you have all of these things, it builds up over time. It will cause them or us
Hmm.
to go into defense. Now, me myself, I I don't like drama, so
So you come from a different club. You gonna say what you gotta say,
I
but
yeah,
you don't
but
have to
I'm
be
not gonna.
tactful with it
Yeah,
and
I'm
like
gonna.
real
Right.
assertive with it.
Yeah, I'll do it with class. I will address something that I don't like.
Mhm.
However, I'm not gonna like lash out on a person because maybe they didn't intend to. Like you did not
Yeah,
intend to, you know, uh, be offensive or anything like that. You just wanted to ask a question. It was simple.
exactly.
It
It's a
was
simple
simple.
question. Yes.
But because she has, it's a thing of trauma. She
Mhm.
has, it's not just like, oh, this demon manifesting. It's a traumatic
Mhm.
experience
Mhm.
that she's, adding on to what you asked her. So it may not just be, oh, she just got an attitude. There's trauma, there's pain involved in the response that she will give.
But she's retired. She has benefits. Get that fixed. See what I'm saying?
What does that have to do with the relationship?
Because it is professional help. Because say for instance, if you got
Are you saying that she would just if she's dealing with trauma, she needs to get like therapy?
yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah,
because you
yeah.
don't want to bring it into another relationship.
Yeah,
That's
you
what a lot
don't.
of people
Yeah,
do.
I agree.
Men
I
and
agree.
women.
I agree.
Because men, we take it out. We would keep it silent.
Yeah.
We would keep it silent, or we'll take it out on other women by having sex with
Right.
multiple
Right.
women.
Right. Right.
Women take it out on lashing out at men. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or either the same thing, sex, because some kind of trauma did the same thing with them, because both races take it out the same way. I mean, but we just quiet for the most part. You guys lash out because I see a lot of ladies lash out on men on social media and sex, but both of them gonna have sex gonna be involved just with multiple people because they either taking it out on the other sex, or they either just that's just with on the female side is mostly it's nothing no more. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's so
I feel like
traumatized. It's
women
nothing.
women have more of an emotional. There's an emotional
Yes.
attachment
Yes.
rather than a physical attachment. Because I could literally meet somebody. I think it I could meet someone and of course physical attraction is important to me. Like I need to be able to look at your face.
Yes.
However, emotionally, I need someone that is emotionally available to me because I am a sensitive person. So I could fall for somebody like this,
Yeah.
Emotionally, and I don't need to have any physical contact.
And that's dangerous in a sense too, because like I said, I'm an equal opportunity butt kicker. Men need to stop. Well, not gonna say men. Boys, males need to stop playing on females and women emotions.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true. That's true.
Not right. You know what I'm
That's
saying? I mean,
true.
honestly, it's not right. I mean,
I agree.
It is what it is. I mean, and we have, on the same, we have guys who we get emotional too. Don't get twisted. We get emotional too. We
That's
have emotion
healthy.
because, but a lot of guys want trying to shame other guys because we done got hurt and stuff like that. We feeling sad and down. Oh, you getting emotional, blah blah blah. But I think we are more emotional than y'all to a certain extent because when football season comes in, that's a lot of emotion. We score a touchdown, we happy, right? That's emotion. But we only look at emotions when it comes to we feeling sad, crying, and we getting our feelings and stuff like that. That's what we
But
only.
that's human nature.
Yes, my problem is we only use things to fit our narrative, which is not right.
Yeah, that's
Because I could say when football season come, we have a lot of guys up there jumping up and down, hooping and hollering, arguing with each other. That's emotions. You see what I'm saying? That's emotions, but we forget about that. We don't want to mention that. But when somebody get hurt by a female, we want to tease them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, but I never did that. I don't get into that, especially since I got since my little heart got broke. You know what I'm saying? And I never did that anyway. It is what it is. But guys need to stop that with emotion.
Yeah, but I do I believe that if a woman is still a woman or a man, this goes for both parties because it takes two to tango. It takes two to walk into the same direction, and that's Bible.
It does.
Like, I think it's what is it? I think it's like Second Chronicles or something like that, and it says how can two walk together except they be agreed? And I need to make sure that I'm mentally stable.
Exactly.
I need to make sure that I'm not taking my past experiences and passing them on to the next person because they're not going to treat me the same way that this person treated me. Even if they both treat me negatively, they may not treat me negatively.
It's gonna be a different
exactly.
negative. Yeah,
Exactly. So I think that everyone should, even if you go maybe for like one therapy class. I was literally just thinking about this myself. I was like, Tabrisha, you are really sensitive, but you shouldn't give a person so much authority over you to where you just stop doing life or something like that. I was like, I need therapy for this.
Because submission is one thing, but don't be a slave. You know what I'm saying?
Well, submission is. I feel like submission is That's
And I read in the
different.
Bible, submission goes both ways. I mean, at first I
Yeah,
thought
it
it was just
does.
one way, but it goes both ways. And
Yeah.
as a woman submit unto man, like man submit unto God,
Yeah.
unto the church, like
Yeah.
God, like
Yeah.
man submit unto God, and God submit to the church, a hybrid, something like
I
that.
know
But
what you're
we
talking
both
about. Yeah.
have to submit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
In some way, shape, form, or
Hmm.
fashion.
Yeah.
With it all know that, I mean, with it all say that the man is still the head. You see what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
not meaning the head where do as I say, not as I do. A lot of
Yeah.
guys take that
Out
out
of
of
context.
context.
Yeah, it does
Exactly.
get taken out of context a lot. And I am a submissive um,
Woman.
woman. However, I will still, I'm still a human,
Yeah.
right? I still have emotions, I still have feelings, I still have desires in my heart. But if I have, the person who is supposed to be,
Providing and protecting
yeah,
you. Yeah.
on my right hand, and you're talking down on me, or you're not helping to build my self-esteem, or you're still supposed to help each other grow.
Exactly.
Um, in different apartments, in different departments. So if you sit here and you're like always pointing fingers at me, or you feel like why you didn't wash the dishes or something
Yeah.
crazy like that, or you ordering me around, I'm gonna cut you off.
Yeah.
I will cut
I
you
mean, I
off.
totally understand that.
And I don't believe in, like leaving the house and, storming off or anything like that, but I will correct you
Mm.
um
Sometimes you might have to.
politely.
Sometimes you might have to, because sometimes things would get that heated up.
No,
Sometimes things do get that heated up, but I don't like to. I don't like to live like that. I mean,
yeah.
if it gets to that point, you got to make a decision right there. If you get that bad when you have to leave the house, like,
If
one
I'm
time
leaving the
maybe.
house, I'm leaving to go for a walk. I'm
Yeah,
not leaving
that's what I'm
for
saying.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
whole
yeah.
night or something like that.
Exactly.
Because I feel like that's a trick for me. That would probably be a trigger. I'd be like, "What are
Hmm.
you doing?" Because I've experienced that before. You told me you were here, but you were there.
Yeah.
So that's a trigger point for me. So respectfully, I'm not gonna do that to you, and I
Hmm.
don't expect you to do that to me.
Hmm.
You know?
But yeah, but I wouldn't. Some people do stuff like that. They may need that. Not
Hmm.
saying that that's the way it's supposed to be, but
Hmm.
because it shouldn't even get to that point. These big arguments, couples, like, it shouldn't
Yeah.
even get to that point.
No.
It shouldn't
I
even get to that point.
I would have rather, because even I don't even, sometimes when let's speak on children.
Hmm.
Sometimes children, they make a mess, or they
Hmm.
do something you don't like or you don't appreciate, and then you yell at them. And for me, I grew up in, my mom was a single parent, and I know it was hard on her a lot. I know life was hard on her, but there were things that I did not like that were traumatic for me, for myself. Like, she would get mad at me and think, I was in my head about something. She'd be like, Tabrisha, you're not the prettiest girl on the planet Earth, and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, there's always going to be somebody better than you. And for me, she repeated it so much
So
that
you
it's,
totally kind of
yeah.
stuck.
And it's like, that's trauma for me. That's you killing my self-esteem. You know what
And
I'm saying?
from
Like,
that, and it wasn't her.
it wasn't her
It
intention.
was just like you talk about the baggage,
Yeah.
or the trauma that she experienced, because
Yeah.
maybe the relationship she had with your father or something like that, and now it's kind of affecting her, and she taking out
Yeah,
on
stuff
you.
like that happens,
Hmm. And I think people really need to get that fixed, because some people don't even know it's happening. They have a problem when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is
Mhm.
that I don't think that it's okay to lash out
On
and
anybody.
say whatever you want to say, because that was done to me as a child. Imagine me as a grown woman,
And
you
a
know,
man coming down with
yeah,
authority, with a voice, and a
and
powerful
and
voice, and coming
adding
out.
on
That's enough
to that. It's just like, excuse me.
that's enough to
So I
just
don't,
kill your whole self
yeah,
esteem.
I don't think that anyone should, scream or lash out at the next person. If there might be moments where a voice is raised, but
But not to
me,
the
I
point where you
no.
arguing and stuff
You're
like
screaming to the
that.
top of your lungs, somebody
No.
ends up rolling on the floor or doing something crazy. Like, that's the kind of thing that I never understood. Like, I can't do that. I will not do that.
It's good dialogue, big guy. Oh shit. All right, Twan is my cousin Twan. What's up, Twan? Yeah.
Hi. So I just feel as though lashing out on another person, is disrespectful, it's degrading, it's uncalled for. Even in the Bible, it says, "Don't even argue with them."
Yeah.
Don't argue, because from a distance, a stranger can't tell
Who's the fool?
who's the fool.
Exactly.
Exactly. So,
And some people get you caught up in that stuff, man, because I'm telling you, my ex did the same thing. I just like to be at peace. You know what I'm saying? Peace. And there's
Yeah.
three things God men want is good feminine, positive feminine energy,
Yeah.
agreeableness, and so I said all three of them last night here when I go and cooperative. That's it. That's
Yes.
all. But my ex, she would start an argument,
Mhm.
and she would, and next thing you know, I fall for it. I'm raising my voice and stuff like that. Then she'll calm down, and then make it like I'm the crazy. See, that's what I don't like, you raising your voice at me. Well, you started a whole argument. Now you trying to play the victim.
Yeah.
No, that right there.
Yeah.
No,
Arguing.
just don't.
It does no good for any
all.
relationship, whether it's a work relationship, it's a family relationship, or it's a couple. Arguing, no one benefits from it.
At all.
No one benefits from it. So I would rather let you have your moments. I'm gonna treat this as if not that it's like, at the end of the day, from my perspective, I feel like we're all God's children. I'm like, you know what, this child is having a moment right now.
But no moment shouldn't make a person lash out on another person.
Right, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
But if they are having a moment and they need to take a deep breath, I'm not gonna add fuel to the fire.
Just kind of back up and give it.
I literally have been in situations, and this is between me and another female. We're not, she's the girl that will, and I'm the girl that will be like,
just sit there and
I
look
will
at it and
sit
listen.
there and look at you, because
get it all out.
what my mom taught me, she was like, it's one thing to run your mouth, but it's another thing to prepare just in case.
Yeah, prepare.
So I would sit there. This is what, like 2 years ago. This girl came at me all kinds of crazy, and she's lashing out. And in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm about to go in too. I'm about to start yapping my mouth for a second.
Because it gets to the point, all right, you didn't do this too long, too much.
Yeah. And they were calling me out of my name and degrading me, and I was just like, Lord, let me have her. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And I'm preparing myself. I was like, I'm about to hit her. And the Lord is literally talking in my ear. He's like, no, you're not. He's like, don't say anything. Don't make a move. This is God talking in my ear while this girl is literally talking to me. And it wasn't, I don't feel like it was just her, because I actually had a dream about the whole thing happening, and it was demonic. It was like a demonic influence, and she was just, she was going in. She was going in, and I was just staring at her, and the whole time the Lord's just like, just sit there. So sometimes you have to let people have their moment.
For real.
Sit there, keep your cool, because at the end of the day, they're gonna look back on that moment and think, what was I? Yes, what was I thinking? What was really going through my head? And then they're gonna feel apologetic.
Something is wrong with them.
Yeah,
you just let them go. You just
exactly,
cut them off,
because it's inhumane to sit there and not recognize what you just did. And I was praying. I was like, and this maybe like a week or two after, I was praying. I was like, God, I did not deserve that, because I didn't deserve the disrespect or anything like that. And I said, I want an apology, but I'm not gonna go to her. But I was praying to God about it. So I take everything that I deal with. So let's say if it wasn't her, and if it was the man that I married, and he does something like this, I'm not going to go to him. I'm going to God about it. Because literally, I think a week after my whole conversation with God, I told him, I was like, I need an apology right now. That's all I prayed for. I didn't pray for, anything else. And this girl walks up to me and she's like, I'm so sorry. Wow. And I got my apology. Wow. And another thing that's so crazy is like, Jesus tells us, like when somebody curses you and when they slap you, give them the other cheek. And that was literally
the slap.
Yeah.
You give the other cheek.
Yeah. And exactly. I was like, okay, Lord. And he also said to bless them, bless those that curse you. So the Lord, in the process of him telling me, me saying that I want an apology, he said, I want you to go get her a gift, and I want you to give her this amount of money. And I was like, oh no, you didn't. I was like, Lord, I know. I was like, Lord. I was like, are you serious?
That was the time me and Lord had to have a come to Jesus beat. You sure?
Yes.
We had to have a
Literally, I
come
was
to
like,
Jesus.
no. I was like, why would I gift her with anything? Why would I
After she
do
did
that?
all that.
You know? And just write in the card and everything.
Mhm.
And the day that she apologized to me, I was getting ready to hand her the gift, and she walked up to me and apologized. This is the same day, before I could even give her the gift.
Mhm.
And from that moment forward, I can see her because I still see her now,
Mhm.
but we can be cordial.
Exactly. Is a little tension still there, but you be
I wouldn't say that there's tension. I
Mhm.
think that I keep a healthy distance, but there's no tension.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like I can be cordial with you and I can acknowledge your presence in the room, but I'm still gonna stay here.
Gotcha.
Because and now that's a different story. But when it comes to a relationship, there's no healthy distance.
That's a whole because you got
there's no healthy there's no healthy distance. So that's when I feel as though, you let them have their moment, give them some time to think. Then that's going to be my cue to go outside, go for a little walk, pray about it. Like I said, I'm always going to go to God in prayer. And then, then we come together when they're ready to talk. It takes time
you
sometimes.
have to talk. You
have to talk. We're not going to leave this unspoken. So we'll talk about it, and then I'm going to suggest that we sit there and we pray together. That's why I said God has to be the foundation, because you have to have something to back. Because when those moments happen, when they happen, you're gonna go run to
your friend,
your friends,
coworker, the mailman, or the bartender,
a different person who can comfort you in a different way. So why don't we, come together? Let's pray about it on our foundation, on the rock that we stand on, and we work this out. And find comfort in the Lord, and then that way there's going to be peace restored in our house.
Because that's the worst thing a person can do, is go on the outside and bring your problem to somebody else. Even if you got that one person to talk, you shouldn't have anybody to talk to about your problems. You should work them out in house, and because that causes problem. That's where cheating come and all that other stuff, other problems.
Because you're looking
vulnerable,
for,
and you open yourself up vulnerable, and that person will take advantage of that.
Yeah, and
man and woman.
Yeah, and the enemy will use anything to. We could argue over laundry, and you go cheat on me because of some laundry. Like, what kind of world? No, and this is the kind of thing that happens.
It's not about the laundry. That's just
it's not. It's not even about the laundry.
I think people who cheat, you're just a cheater. You're just a cheater. It's nothing that made you do it. It's nothing because of this, because of that. You pushed me into their arms. No, you wanted to do that. You're a cheater. It's no excuse for cheating. You don't want that person. If you feel in your heart, or it's just not going anywhere, just cut it off.
Yeah, I need to know from the beginning. We need to be on one accord.
And all this, like we're going 10 years in divorce or breakup and all this, then this person next to the next person. We don't have time for all that. All these different people like that.
No, and I hate that divorce happens. I really do. But like I said before, it's just because they have nothing to go back off of. And some people, there are Christian relationships that, God is involved in, and they still end up getting a divorce.
Yeah. Because you're not supposed to divorce no matter what. That's what
it happens.
But it happens.
But when it does happen, God says, you can stay in that, but if that person decides to go and they decide not to work it out, then he says to just let them go.
That's on them.
God says you're better off being alone.
To a person who's
you'll be better off just focusing on me, because when you're with God, you're not necessarily alone. You're just with Him instead. However, I mean, because there's also, he also says that it's not good for men to be alone. There's that too.
It's really not good for nobody to be alone.
They're different kinds of.
Well, you could be alone, but not alone.
Yeah.
I don't think honestly, I don't think anybody should be single for the most part. But in a real world, that's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually okay. How long have I been single? I think it's been about 3 years since my last relationship. That's by choice.
But I don't think. Now, how old are you?
I'm 24.
24. She's 24. Now I don't think you still got you're 24. You still in your beginning stage of your adult life. And
Yeah.
you have time to
Yeah, I do.
to scout or
Mhm.
whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
You have time to look. But
Scout.
what I don't, I'm just about time. But in reality, and I can't say his opinion because the facts kind of show as we go and we look when we look at the world. You you can't wait till you're 35 and you're still single till 35, still waiting till the Lord. Well, I'm waiting till God send me up. And I hear that a lot. I'm waiting till God send me my man. You 45 years old and you still waiting on God? No, that's you. Because if you 45 years old, you mean to tell me not one good man came to you where you could say
No,
God
okay,
didn't send your
okay,
man?
well,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's what I don't want you to do. Well, I don't think you will
No,
because
I
you.
actually,
I don't think
well, I've got a long time till I'm like 40, but
you're not.
um,
You're not gonna be single till you. But I'll get you to
I
marry.
hope
I'll get you to
not.
marry
Oh
somebody.
my
I'll pick a man out. If you don't find
god. No, I
if you
doubt
don't get a
that.
man by 26,
No.
I'm gonna find a man for you, buddy.
No, I actually don't plan on being
Single
single
for a long
that
time.
that much longer. I feel like just these 3 years that I have been single, it's allowed me to grow as an
Mhm.
individual. It's allowed me to grow as a woman and just get to know myself because there's a lot of things that I found out in these 3 years that I did not know about myself.
Man,
Because I
when you know yourself and you
mhm,
find out things about yourself that you never know, man, it's a good
yeah,
feeling. I mean,
yeah,
when you strengthen up here
yeah,
mentally
mhm,
and spiritually,
yeah,
oh man,
yeah.
that's strong.
Yeah, and I feel like I still have a ways to go. I still have a ways to
We all
go.
do.
However, what what I know now, like I'm just like down to the detail of colors.
Yeah.
Like all my life, I've always been like, oh, I love the color purple. It's so beautiful, and I love the color purple. But I love the color purple because of what it stands for. It stands for royalty, and I've always seen myself as royalty, always from a kid. And recently, I think last year I started wearing this light pink. It's like
Mhm.
a I don't know. It's a very pretty pink.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I don't maybe like a posh pink. I don't know. It's really nice.
Mhm.
And I was like, why do I feel like I love? And I fell in love with this color.
Mhm.
I was like, I didn't even know I like pink like that. But then I
Yeah.
acknowledged it through the process of getting to know myself. Like that's how detailed it was. Then it became the quality of things.
Yeah.
I realized how much I love quality over quantity.
Quantity.
Now I can't wear fake items without being like this is ugly or this is, like I can't even wear it anymore like it itches. Like I can't wear like fake. I can't do it.
Anything.
I can't do it. I
Yeah.
cannot do it.
I understand. It's like I can't sit on like cloth seats. Like it itches. I have to sit on leather or something like this.
Like the
It can't be like
yeah, and
cloth shit. It's itchy.
yeah, and
Man, stuff is itchy.
some people might say it's an allergy or something like that. It might
Yeah.
say it's an allergic
And it
reaction,
could be. I don't know.
but it's not just an allergic reaction. Like I literally wore fake stuff all of my life, and then I got to this age, like last year.
And if it was an allergy, you'd have been
Yeah, I would have been,
Yeah.
my ears would have been irritated and everything like that. But literally, I one day, this is not just myself realizing that I love quality. Um, I was having a conversation. This is when I was going really deep into my relationship. Getting to know who Jesus is, getting to know the Son, and I was getting ready for church this morning, and I'm putting on my earrings. I like to look nice, and I'm thinking I'm doing my thing. I'm excited, and literally this small voice says, "Take it out." He's literally said, "Take it
a
out."
little boy.
No, a little
Voice.
voice,
Okay.
a voice, a small voice just said, "Take it out." He said, "Nothing about me is fake," and I was like,
Wow.
"Oh my gosh." I was like, "Oh my gosh." I could not believe it. And since then, everything that I look at, the quality of things, like I can see it. I can
Quality in
point it
people and
out.
everything. Yeah.
Quality of people,
Mhm.
quality of clothing.
Mhm.
Like I can literally be a mile away from something and be like,
And see the
yes.
quality.
I will literally go to the store and pick out the most expensive thing.
Mhm.
The most expensive thing. Not intentionally.
You got
But if
that
I'm in
eye
a
for it.
thrift store, you
Mhm.
know, because I like thrift stores. Don't get me wrong. I love my thrift stores. But when I'm in there,
They
I
have
know
some good quality stuff in the thrift store.
they
too.
do.
Yeah.
But I'll pick the most expensive thing in the thrift
Mhm.
store, you know? The eye, it's the eye. And it's now it like becomes, you know, a part of your personality,
Exactly.
a part of your traits. It's like who you are as an individual. Like there's so many things that I did not know about myself until God started pointing them out,
Mhm.
you know, during the time that I spent with him while being single. And I feel like a lot of
Now, hold on. Before we get any further, now I gotta ask you this:
Mhm.
you got the spiritual part down. You have to be in. We're gonna go back now. Let's look at worldly. What did you see? What would you look for in a guy worldly? Like as far as what he's doing, as far as his job, career, like how he carry himself. See what I'm saying?
um okay. That's different from getting to know who you are.
Gotcha.
No, that's different. No, I'm just saying that's different from the topic we were just.
No,
I was
no.
as an individual. Okay, but now we're back on
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. Because
guy.
I gotta keep it on.
Um,
I gotta see what I gotta make it to what you're looking for and all that, just to kind of that's the content of the thing, to see what women are looking for in men. So
well, I'm not
got you.
gonna. I feel like I can't speak
For
for
you,
all women. Yeah,
but you can speak for
yeah.
a
I'll speak
lot of
for
women.
myself.
But you can speak for a lot of women too, who are they may not be as spiritual as you are, but
Mhm.
I think women, like women and men. I'm not talking about males and females. I'm talking women and men. Once you find yourself as a man and a woman, it pretty much all comes down to the same thing what you're looking for each gender. You see what I'm saying? Unless you
Well,
deeply
job and
spiritual,
career
you
and
see
all
what I'm
of
saying?
that, like what you were just saying.
Yeah, and how they carry themselves, how they respect
Okay.
themselves,
Okay. Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's an easy. That's an easy question. Me, I like someone who is confident. I need a man who is confident in himself. There's, you know, insecurity can be a real,
Turn off.
yeah, it can be a turnoff because you'll place that insecurity onto me,
And
and
that's a bad.
as a woman who receives a lot of attention, even unwanted attention. I've been in relationships where the jealousy was like you crazy, like now you're just crazy. Uh, because it started to affect me, my mindset. And I was like, am I doing something wrong? And I would be doing nothing wrong. So being confident in who you are, being confident in our relationship. I need that. Being confident in your woman, like knowing like if she says she's for me, then she's for me.
But at the same time, um, insecurity can be misconstrued with something like, um, for instance, like if you're in a relationship, there's certain things you should a person in a relationship or marriage shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, when somebody call them out on that, you can't call them
No,
insecure or jealous or anything like that,
no.
because it's certain things they just check you. Right? You're not supposed to be doing this. You're not
Yeah,
supposed to be doing
I
that in a
agree.
relationship, and a person should know. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because some people use that insecurity word just to kind of throw it off on
Yeah,
when they're doing wrong, trying
yeah.
to hide what they're doing. You see what I'm saying?
I think that all humans, adults,
Yeah.
they know right from wrong.
I love that. Yep, they know right from wrong.
You know
exactly.
right from wrong. So I know right from wrong. You know, like I'm not gonna do something that I know would degrade him or put him in a hard place.
Mhm.
Or like if we're in public and we are not in agreement about something, I'm not gonna like
Lash out loud.
yeah,
And that's my pet peeve. I tell
yeah.
any woman who I want to date or
Mhm.
potential, first thing I say, do not embarrass me in public. 'Cause
Yeah.
I won't do that to you. That's the biggest
Yeah.
thing I cannot do. Not embarrass me in public. Do not get loud with me in public. Because I wouldn't do it to you, so don't do it to me. And plus, it's very disrespectful to that
It
person.
is. It's very disrespectful, and I wouldn't want it to be to me. So I'm gonna be respectful.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. But when it like if like for example, if I'll use this as an example about the insecurity situation. Um, I literally took off work one day. This is what the guy was dating at the time. I took off work. He said he was going to get his tattoo. He was going to get a tattoo, and I was like, "Oh, okay. I'll join you. I'll take off work. I'll just watch you get your tattoo." I was like, "Oh, I'm going to keep you company. I'll keep you company." So I finished doing whatever I'm doing. So we get there, and I finished whatever I had to finish, for work online, and then I went where he was, and I was like, and I started talking to him, and all three of us engage in a conversation, the same way I'm engaging in a conversation with you. I'm not
Just
saying
general
anything
stuff,
to
just-
just general conversation, and then we leave. Me, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I'm supporting him, like I'm here for him. Obviously, that's why I came. Why would I take off work for you? And we leave, and then the next thing I know, he's like, why are you talking to that guy? And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I was literally engaging in a conversation. It was the three of us. I didn't walk off to the side and start having a conversation with this man.
Or didn't give
You
him
were
any
there.
any kind of
Yes,
eyes
there
or
were.
anything
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
The man wasn't even my type. He was literally so far from what I would look at and be attracted to. I was offended by that part too. I was like, you really think like
I would mess up what we have.
yes, for this guy
In your face at that.
in your face. I was like, I was just, and I was like, wait a minute, like, did I do something? That's what I'm saying. Like, did I do
And my
something
thing,
wrong?
you should know. Anyone, man or woman, should know before you get into this person. You ought to know what type of person that person is, because you have people who do stuff like that, but you still ought to know off rip what type of person you dealing with before you even get that deep, before you even get to that part. You see what I'm saying? So he should have known already that you weren't that type of person, and you wouldn't do that like that. Period. All in front of his face. So I mean, it's
That's just
that's
yeah.
the insecurity part. I feel you on that one.
So as in a scenario like that, that's what I don't want. I've been there, done that, and it's so toxic. It is very toxic.
And,
like
man,
it.
The toxicity in today's relationships and stuff,
and like I said,
is off the chart.
Anybody, I used to take the dart station during this time, and there's people always out there, and guys always catcalling. It don't matter what you do. You can look like the ugliest thing walking planet Earth,
Just
and they will still pull up on you like, hey, what's your number? Like, and I remember he came to pick me up, and I'm just sitting here, I'm minding my business. I'm not messing with nobody because I'm so like into this guy.
And just waiting for him. Can't wait till he get up.
I'm not focused on nobody else. And this guy approaches me, and he's talking to me and, running off his mouth. And I'm just like, and I'm not a mean person, so I'm not just gonna be like, get out my face. I'm not that individual. That's not me. So don't expect me to do that. Like, I'm a cordial person. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, he was sharing me about his business or something like that. I was like, all right, that's cool. And then this guy's waiting. Yeah, he pulls up and he sees that we're speaking. And he was mad. He was hot. He was hot about it. And I was just like, I didn't get this guy's number, nothing. I don't even know who this man is.
But I'm gonna say, but it still comes to the point that he should know who he's dealing with.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But I understand from his part too, because my ex, I would never think she'd do the stuff she did.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? All of a sudden she became like, it was a demon. It was like, this girl she was a demon. And that's another story. But I kind of understand, but to take it to a whole nother level and just be mad, that's a different story.
Or to assume, like, it was the assumptions and the, like, you're pointing fingers at me. You didn't ask me, oh, what were you guys talking about? Like, you just automatically assume that I wasn't even into this guy. This is another guy that I'm just like, he's not my type. I don't like the way he look. I couldn't even kiss his face, forehead, or nothing. Like, like
that's bad when you can't kiss.
Like, literally. So I feel like it's disrespectful for you to automatically assume or make assumptions about my character, because now that's playing into my character and who I am as a female, as a woman, period. And and then with all of that being done, I'm still dealing with this guy, and I should have known better. I should have been like, this is a red flag. But I was so blinded by my attraction and my infatuation with this guy that I stayed there.
That's where a lot of ladies, a lot of females get caught up in situations by dealing with this man because the emotions are so much into him.
Yeah.
He could do almost anything. They get trapped with these guys for years, and then finally they get out, and then they start taking it out on other guys before they even get themselves fixed. You see what I'm saying? Get that mental stuff.
And being with him, I don't even know how I remember how I found out. So I was working in finance, and I worked with him too, but he was on another level, so he was able to travel, and I was not. So the month that they traveled, and I don't know how I found this out. I think he got on Snapchat, and he was posting this girl, and I was like, wait a minute, I was confused. I was like, hold up, like, who is this female? This is when he got back from out of town. Come to find out, this girl, I ask him, and I'm very upfront, I'm straight to the point. What is this? What's going on? You're not sharing anything with me. Come to find out, he done slept with this girl.
Oh wow.
He slept with this girl, his waitress. It was his waitress from
the bar somewhere.
Yeah, he slept with his waitress because she asked him, some women are, just throw themselves, and she threw herself, but he also, engaged too. Like, this is you.
It takes two.
This is you. This is you as well. And so he's explaining it to me and blah, 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 saying this, that, and the third. And I was like, oh, okay. And me, I was so stupid at this age. I think I was 19, but I was doing a lot at 19, like, as far as work is concerned. Anyway, he was older than I was. And I think I literally went to a different guy. I was so hurt by this event that I literally just, like, I don't even know. It was like something else took over me, and I lost all care about myself, because I felt like, okay, now he just rejected me, and I had something on him that I knew would get under his skin. So I went with this other guy, and then I came back and I was like, bada, 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 bada. And he wanted to go off on me, and I was like, well, you started it. But listen, like, with this stuff, I don't like now I wouldn't handle a situation like that.
Oh no, that's
now I wouldn't handle a situation like that. I was young and dumb, but I was.
Once you get to a whole other level, get to know yourself, get spiritually, get with God and everything.
Yeah,
you handle things a whole different way.
Yeah, you can handle things a lot differently. So confidence in being secure in who you are. That's very important. That's very, 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 very important. I would like someone who can take care of me. This is just me. I will also be. I can take care of myself.
I totally understand that.
But
that's what a man's supposed to do.
That's biblical.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that. That's literally biblical, and I am traditional. If we put the Bible aside, I still always wanted that. That's always been my desire.
And you know why I gotta go with that? Because that's the way I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
My mom didn't have to work. She worked when she was bored, she wanted to, whatever it is.
Yeah.
She didn't have to work. My dad took care of everything. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was the provider, he was the head,
Mm-hmm.
he was a protector. And mom stayed home and raised us. You see what I'm saying? And my grandmother, my granddad, his mom and his dad, it was the same way. They had a business, it was a service station, and both of them worked together. She was the cashier, he worked on the cars. You see what I'm saying? And he pretty much built a business, and it was theirs, and he brought her in, and she was his helpmeet and help maintain it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I came from a very traditional family,
Yeah.
and I would like a woman who would be traditional like that, because I want to provide, protect. I want to do just like I grew up. That's how I want to do it. So I'm saying, I think that's the right way, and that's the
Yeah.
healthy way to do it. Now,
Yeah.
after the kids are grown, after we were grown, they divorced.
Yeah.
But I never, not once, seen them get into an argument. Never. Maybe once. I'm gonna just throw that once just because nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
But maybe one time, he did what he had to do. If he was out there cheating, we didn't know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Kept that. Wherever he go to work, go to the
Yeah.
service station, come home, and
Mhm.
and that's
Yeah.
how I think a relationship.
I would like a traditional relationship. However, I am I think it's just natural for me to also want to do, certain things or my artistic side. I have always have ideas, going
And
like
nothing's
that.
wrong with it at
Uh,
all.
so I don't want to be like a stay home mom, like maybe for like a short period, like when the baby's first born or something like that,
Yeah.
or a stay at home wife, because I'm sure it'll take time for us to have kids. Wait on that part, but
No time
wait
soon, huh?
a minute. However, even being a stay at home wife, I would like to be a stay at home wife. Maybe that I've never really had a guy to like show me that, and maybe I was picking the wrong guys or settling down with the wrong guys. But my husband, like, we're gonna do this the right way. This is my heart's desire. I want to know that I can trust you, and I can depend on you. You know, through anything, I need to know that there's a head of the house.
Exactly.
I feel like that also plays a part into uh, the way the value and the respect that goes into a relationship. And some people might be like, you respect him because he has no, it's not that. It's just that
Respect
is literally, it's
the
like
way it's supposed to
literally,
be.
yeah, like all of everything. This topic is literally everything is here in
It
the
is.
Bible. It's all in the Bible. That's all biblical. And if I literally live that way in
And if
my
you
life
don't
in
go that
general.
way, if you don't build marriages, household relationships like that,
Mhm.
it's going south.
Yeah.
It never fails.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going. I mean, it's
Yeah.
never been wrong yet.
Something happens. You have people who get divorced in their 70s. Like, what do you mean you're getting divorced? What happened?
And if they get divorced, to me, once you don't raise your kids and stuff like that, and the house been taken care of and everything, you divorce. Hey,
Yeah.
ain't nothing. But don't bring kids to the world, and then all of a sudden these kids are young or in their teenage years. Then you
Yeah.
divorce. Now you messing up the kids' heads like that. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, at least stay there to make peace,
Yeah.
show respect, keep the house going for the kids, because both of you agreed to get into that bond and get into that contract,
Mhm.
get into that
Mhm.
bond. Hey,
Yeah.
stick with it.
Yeah. But I would also like I I don't see myself staying in the same position that I'm in right now forever, because I do plan to build. I already have things building right now that God has been implanting in my spirit as far as business, my music and etc. um I'm still, working on that. So I need somebody who I can depend on while I'm working on that, if I don't get to where, I would like to be by the time he comes. I would like for him to encourage me in that building season and in that process of getting to from point A to point B, because I also feel like he could add to my knowledge.
Exactly.
I feel like there's you got I already know my husband's gonna be smart. Like, that's a given, because God know my heart. God knows my heart, and He knows what I would like to do. So I would like that, and I would also like to know that, if I were to become wealthier than my husband, that won't bother him. Because for some people that's bothersome. Some guys, they're just like, no, she didn't.
Now you said all that. Now what you gonna bring to that man? Ah,
Was
that's
this
the
the
question.
trick question?
That's the trick question. What you gonna bring to him? What do you have to bring to that man's table?
Well, I was just saying.
That's stuff that he could do on himself. What else? I mean,
There's a lot of things that I can bring to a man.
uh,
I mean, where do you want me to start? Like, can you be specific?
what do you can? I mean, like he provide, he protect, and
I don't know where I heard this, but I feel like a woman, for a man, she creates a home. she creates a home.
That's,
Because you can live in a house, you can live in an apartment, you can be, by yourself, you working, you doing all this, that, and the third. But you can come to
that's
your apartment and this woman, she doesn't do anything for you. She doesn't help you out. Or she leaves you hanging in some departments. Or what if you
or
just
even
want,
single, or even as a single man, you come to a house.
yeah, it's just a house. There's nothing there.
Mhm.
But when you come home and there's someone, that there's
Got your back.
someone waiting for you, and that she's gonna be,
Bring you
that comfort,
peace.
yeah, the
I like
comfort that
that.
you need at the end
I
of the
like that
day.
right there. I like that
You
answer
know,
too. I
because
like that.
me, I like to boost whoever I'm with. I'm a booster. I love to boost confidence. I love that.
Mm,
I give compliments. I'm also a giver. I love to give.
mm.
So, like, if I have, other than just giving myself,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
That's
through
all right.
intimacy, I feel like I'm giving you a home. You know, a
I
comfort,
like that.
a comforting place. Um, I'm gonna
So
give birth to your children.
after the man get through slaying the dragon, he can come home and expect like like peace, comfort, agreeableness,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like, oh, you're tired.
Exactly.
Let me
Yeah.
get you everything
Yeah.
comfortable here for you. Everything should be comfortable at home.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Where I don't have to come home. I mean, the man don't have to come home and
Yeah, you
say,
don't want
and I
to.
don't have to after slaying the dragon. I'm tired and beat up and
Yeah.
everything. And I got to come cook for myself
Yeah.
and clean my house and all
Yeah.
that stuff there and everything.
I
And
like for him to feel like, okay, let me hug my wife, or
yeah,
honey, let me lie down right here real quick,
exactly.
and then I can like caress his head or something. That's the kind of
Yes.
individual that I am. I can't speak for anybody
And
else,
I gotta
but
come. Well, I keep saying, but I gotta come home to like y'all beat up. Now you don't have that woman to lay, in her bosom and just let her rub your head like you're saying, just it's gonna be all right. Blah
mhm,
blah blah. Let me, take care of
mhm.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I feel you.
So that's just what I know that I can give, and then I'm gonna also add to whatever else that you're willing to build. If you say, honey, I
That's what
want
I'm
to do
talking
this, I want to do that, then I'm gonna be like, okay, as long as it's, it makes sense, it's knowledgeable, it's not gonna,
about. And it's gonna.
corrupt the family or something
Mhm.
crazy like that, then I'm in agreement with you. I'm here to be in agreement with
Because
you
it's
and help
gonna
you.
benefit
Yeah,
both
yeah,
parties,
yeah,
both man and woman, husband and
yeah,
wife, because it's gonna be a family
yeah,
business now, and both gonna come up off it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because both are
yeah.
putting work in,
Hmm.
and a lot of
Hmm.
people don't understand that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like you said with your family, how your mom helped your dad with his business.
Yes.
Like I'm that woman. I'm gonna be like, okay, we need to do ABCD. Okay, I got you. Let me go. Let me go do some research for you. Let me go look into this, or let me see what connections I have.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I would do.
And
So
that's what you
I
building together, or
yeah,
you're building, or you adding on what he done built, or
yeah,
you just make it
exactly.
better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's a help me. That's the definition of a
Yeah.
help me.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing, but people, a lot of females look at it as a bad thing.
Mm-mm.
But no, you gotta give it to the right man who
Yeah.
appreciate that and who
Yeah.
would accept it. Accept everything you have to offer
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And both of y'all finish building on up to the, you got a 5 story, you build a 10 story, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Both of y'all build a
Yeah.
10 story together.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to get, ladies to understand. Look, that's the way it is, because you can't have a lot of women come and be the boss. You can't be the boss of a man. You can't do
Yeah.
that.
No.
That's not spiritual. That's not in the
No.
Bible. That's not right, period. It just
Yeah.
don't work,
Yeah. I don't.
period.
I don't
Yeah.
like. There's a what's that saying? Happy wife, happy life.
What about the husband?
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. So I genuinely, I don't get that statement. I don't
Me
like it. I don't like
either.
that phrase.
I do not like that.
I feel like it takes the husband out of the, like, where does he stand? Like, his happiness matters too. So where does
Exactly.
his happiness come in? Like,
I
I
oh
I
I
don't get that.
despise
I don't get that
then
part.
it like I said, it takes the manhood away from the man. It's like
Yeah.
he's a servant, he's a peasant, and it's like
Yeah, I don't
he's
want him to feel like
nothing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he start putting her on a pedestal. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
when a man start putting a woman on a pedestal and she's up there like that, 9 times out of 10 she's gonna cheat on him and dog him
Yeah.
out and look at him and say, "Well, I'm
Yeah.
with you on that one."
Yeah. I'd rather him be happy about providing for his family. I want him to. I want that to be a joy, not a
Not
an imprisonment for him.
exactly
Like I want him to be
like a
happy about
servant.
that. Why
No,
would I
because
want
that's
him
the way
to
he's
be?
supposed to. That's the way he's
Yeah,
supposed to be. And he's doing that, like you said, because that's what he's supposed to
yeah,
do.
yeah. Naturally, that's what a man should do. But these days
It's just not like that.
it's not like that. And even me saying this could get me in trouble. Like I'm not supposed to do this. It's not like that. That's just me, my values, my biblical
No,
standpoint. Period.
no, no. That
Some
man's supposed to do stuff. To me, is more like yes, if you're saying, all right, a man's supposed to protect and provide. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's the way it is, but don't come all into this other stuff just to support your narrative, not your
right,
narrative, but their
right,
narrative,
right.
just because they picked the wrong guy and that guy's
Yeah,
not doing what he's supposed to
yeah,
do. Now you're gonna say what a man's supposed to do. When nine times out of 10, they haven't even been with a man.
yeah.
They've been with bars.
I like literally if my husband was, upset with the fact that he would, that he provides for me, like I would be like that would make me cry. That would make me like, oh my gosh,
Man,
but for some people they just really just don't care. But for me,
it was
I'd be
called
like,
tricking. They would say
what
you're
can
tricking.
I?
You can't
Yeah,
trick to your wife.
like
You're supposed to
I
support
would
your wife.
ask him, what can I do so that you don't feel this way? What is it that I need to do? Like, how do you want me to step up? I want you to communicate with me, you know, what makes you feel that way and how I can change it because I'm willing to learn. I'm a great student, so you can teach me things that I don't know. If I just don't know and I'm unaware
You
of
don't
what
know,
makes you happy or
but you're gonna learn.
what you yeah,
Yeah.
what you dislike, like tell me, honey. I'm willing to listen and I'm willing to improve as a mother, as a wife, as just a woman in general. So that's
That's
where I stand with
that's like I told you, she the real deal.
that.
She the real deal. We didn't rehearse this. I was nervous coming. I didn't know so I didn't even know how to start this off, yo. I didn't know how to start this off. I didn't know what I was
It's
gonna
all
ask her.
good.
All this is just we just running it. We just sitting here running it. Just no script, nothing. She just we were supposed to do this what Monday? It was Monday, I think it was?
Monday.
Monday, but I forgot and I didn't call her. And she said, "Well, you were supposed to do it. You didn't call me, so I didn't even." I said, "All right, I'll take that." She said, "Well, I'll come Thursday," and I forgot again, y'all, because I'm trying to get this off the road. I'm trying to get this podcast off the ground. She just said, "Oh, I'm at your building now." I'm like, "Oh, shucks." Oh, so I got to scramble, get everything ready, get up here and everything. And like I said, so this was like off rip, yo. We didn't practice this, nothing. This is Mr. Preacher. This is her. This is no pick me stuff. This is no none of this.
Yeah.
This is the way it's supposed to go, y'all. And that's why relationships are failing now. You go and look at every relationship, and it's not like what we talk about. 9 times out of 10 it fails. We got to
Yes.
find a way to fix this, y'all. That's basically what my podcast is about. And I will have Mr. Preacher back on here because we're gonna canvas for the day, for the night anyway, and because I don't want to keep her too late in it or anything.
I'm
So
hungry.
yeah, she's hungry. So man, we gonna I'm gonna get her back, and we're gonna have more in depth conversation about the relationships, and that's all I have to say. You have any closing remarks?
Just be careful out there. Also be aware of who you are. If you don't know who you are, look for your identity because that will help in your relationships. So yeah, you don't want to bring any past trauma into your new relationship because I guarantee you that person is going to be different from your last man or woman, the last man or woman that you dealt with. And it's a lot of the times it's about your perspective. Don't go into the relationship with negative thoughts or thinking that there's going to be a negative outcome, and just stay hopeful.
And choose right. Vet the person. Vet people. See, ask questions. Look at the red flags. Because we grown, we're adults. We know right from wrong. We know red
Yeah,
flags. Don't ignore the red flags. There's always red flags at the beginning. Always. So look for those. I mean, don't just look to look, but
yeah,
just keep an eye out for them. But just try and give the person a chance. But
yeah,
be protect yourself
yeah.
and then just take it from that. Don't lead in with emotions, lead in with with your mind. You know what I'm saying? Just look at it.
Yeah, with your mind. Oh yeah, and like I said at the beginning, um, look for the firm foundation. If you don't know God, well, I'm sorry about that. I'm genuinely sorry about that. If you don't know God, at least try to look for God. You know, just one day you're just sitting in your room or something, like if you don't know who he is and you don't think he's real, just be like, are you real? And I guarantee you'll get an answer. And then
Man,
take
look,
that into, you know,
consideration and
yeah,
take it from there
yeah.
because the stuff I went through in my relationship, I shouldn't have been here because he only give me enough that he let me hear just enough what I need to know. Like you should get out there because if I would have seen what I heard, y'all, I wouldn't be here. And I mean, I have. It's no coincidence. So it had to be. You know what I'm saying? It had to be God because no other way. I was trying to catch this girl and I couldn't. Everything something was stopping me. That's no coincidence. So y'all, yeah, put God first. Please put him first. See what I'm saying? Please put him first, and everything gonna be all right, y'all. But that's all we got here from the top of the $1 million spot. Thank y'all for tuning in. Who all tuned in? We'll catch y'all again on the next time. Next time on the top of the $1 million spot. I'll let y'all later.
Bye. All right.
That was
Yay,
good.
we did
We
it.
had